All right, so we just looked at knee scooping, okay, when we break our training partner down to a hip. Now we're going to look at a method using our claw grip, okay, the hand cuff, once we break our training partner down to a hip. So we come in the same way that we did before, all right, where we come in wrist deep, we line up the knee, and we continue to break our training partner down in the same fashion we did before, okay? We start that lean, and as we feel them on that tipping point, we break them down, okay? Now, this time, instead of coming in with a knee scoop, we come through and we can get a claw grip with our right hand, and we come through to the wrist with our secondary hand. Now, once I've broken them down to a hip, we continue to break them down even further to a shoulder. Okay, when she goes to get up from here, it's a tough thing to do. In addition to this, we can now start an action of riding our training partner's hips with the knee. Okay, so we're completely locking down the knees as well as the upper body. When she goes to squirm and move around from this position, it's going to be a very tough thing to do. Okay, now we just finagle our foot in between our partner's two legs, and that becomes our first hook. Okay, now from here, similar to how we've been doing before, our left knee needs to come all the way up behind our training partner's head. All right, so right now, if I went to pull my training partner through, because my leg is so far down, my training partner could easily slip her butt to the mat and start to create space. So once we get into this position where we break her down and we have a foot between her legs, it's imperative that I bring my knee all the way up behind my training partner's head, okay? That way when we fall across, it's an easy thing to do, just to throw that secondary hook in, strip, and now from here, we're able to lock figure four body lock, okay? This is a very nice way to completely control your training partner throughout the duration of the move, okay? So we're gonna break it down again. We come in, wrist deep, knee to knee, and we start this action of sagging to get my training partner off balance. As she goes to fall, we just remove that knee and we fall in with a claw grip and a handcuff, all right? Further breaking my training partner down to a shoulder, all right? Now from here, I just bring my knee up and over my training partner's knees and hips, okay? When she goes to squirm around and move from this position, it's a tough thing to do. Now we go in and we finish the move, okay? We bring our left knee all the way up to behind our training partner's head, okay? It feels slightly awkward from here because I am controlling my training partner's hand, so my knee is coming past the point of my elbow, okay? But it's all good, it's not gonna stop the move in any way. So, knee comes up, my bad, I forgot to step, right? We'll actually finagle our foot first between our training partner's two legs, okay? Important step, don't miss it like me, all right? Once we have this foot in the middle, now is when my knee comes up behind the head, okay? Now we're in good position to finish everything up. So once this knee's here, we sit down to our butt cheeks and we pull everything across into a position where now we can either start off with a high wall ride, or we can just throw hooks in directly, starting to strip and lock up our figure four from behind. Okay, so it's similar breakdown. We break our partner down to a hip, but this time, instead of using a speed method where we scoop the hips, we use a control-based method where we break our training partner down further to a shoulder, control the hips, and then we go in and take the back.